How's it going, folks? It's Jamie here, and today we're going to take a look at some stuff that I'm really excited to show you. I fly out in like 2 weeks going to the Dominican Republic in Punta Cana for, I don't know, I think I fly out November 2nd, come back like 8 days, 9 days. So that means I get a vacation, a little bit of work involved, but I'm going to try to make it so there's very little work. I can go over there and do everything I need to do, get in, get out, and not be stopped in the airport, not have to lug around a heavy road case. I'll be honest, this is a pedalboard build, and I'm going to be using a new product I got, and I don't know if I'm going to use the other product I got because I'm pretty happy with what I have right now. So I'm going to let this fire up here for a second and get my stuff in order, and I really hope there are no nasty comments today. No nasty comments, guys. If you do, I'm going to post it to my Facebook. Tell all my friends how mean somebody was on the internet. Yeah, let's get to sharing this quick. Please hold. All right, and we're back. Had to share the link a few more times. Let me see here. All right. So I'm going to jump right into what I got going on. I already kind of pieced it together. Super stoked on it. So I've used this bag for about a year. It's the Groove Gear club bag. Has a little locker in there and stuff. I just keep little stuff in there like my headphones and just different stuff like guitar picks and headache medicine, like Tylenol, just stupid stuff like that. In the back, just random stuff like you can tether your iPad there. I have my name there printed out in case I lose it. But this bag would have worked. This meets carry-on regulations for Southwest Airlines, but the Helix floor will not fit in this thing. So now that we have a new product out, the HX Stomp, because this kind of smells funky, I've used it for a year, guys. Like literally every day. It's been a great bag. My next plan was to use a pedal train case. Oh, there's some, this is called 3M Dual Lock, which I think is a little bit better than standard Velcro if you choose to mount your pedals that way. There's all sorts of different ways to mount your pedals, but dual lock, $30, you get about 10 feet of this stuff, and it goes a long way. You don't have to put it over your entire pedal board, but I do, so that I have a lot of different pedal placement options there. So 3M Dual Lock, you can pick it up from Home Depot, Lowe's, anything like that, your local hardware store. You should be able to find it relatively easy. But yeah, this would have been nice. I could have just carried the pedal board in this bag, but there's not a lot of protection on top. And even then, this is kind of bulky. This is probably about 22 inches in width, so it's a little bit too small to put the Helix floor on. The Helix floor will fit perfectly onto a Pedal Train 1 or the Pedal Train Classic 1. It's 24 inches in width, so it's going to match the exact dimensions in width as the Helix. And then there's just a little bit of room in the back so you can move it up or down closer, far away from you, but it's literally like a ½ inch. And then you can't really fit any other pedals on top. So because we have a new product out, and because I did need a new backpack, what I chose to do was order myself this bad boy. Let me adjust this tripod a little bit. Do one of these, and then I'll do one of these. It's still not a great angle, however, we'll make do with it. Okay, so this is the Groove Gear bag, and pretty much the same construction in terms of fabric, the padding. It's a very beefy, light but beefy bag, and it has some pockets on the side. It comes with some dividers, so you can place these inside to have little shelves, so I can put things on each of the shelves, and they stay put. They're Velcro all the way around except for the sides, I guess. But yeah, front and back. So those would stack just like that inside. So those are super handy. We have in the back some hideaway straps here, so I can pull these off, and I could tuck these down inside if I just wanted to carry this like a suitcase or something. And then you can stuff sheet music down there. That's what I like about it. And then you also have an access. On the other one, I had an access from the bottom. I guess not on this one, but on the bottom we do have some really hefty feet on here, and a very thick rubberized material. It feels almost like if you've ever been in like a Jeep or a new Chevy truck, like a work truck edition, it's the same kind of material that you step on. So the trucks that don't have carpet, it's almost like this spray-in rubberized coating. That's what this is, or feels like anyways. And then you have your tether. So the Groove Gear bags, or Groovy, or however you say them, you can attach things. I like to loop this around my luggage handle and connect it to itself. That way this doesn't fall off, and then I'll clip these two here. So it's literally stuck to my luggage bag. So in the top, we have this pouch, which hides away a few things. So this is kind of showing you what an iPad holder would be. You can put one in the front and one in the back as well. Actually, just one in the front on this one. The club bag allows you to put your iPad or laptop or notebook in the back. Looks like it would go up front on this bag. So this is the Groovy Stadium bag, which is 20 inches in height, about 16 to 18 inches in width, I believe. I don't know. It's I forgot the dimensions. Some pen holders here. You put pens there. You put little stuff in here. Some might put business cards there or something. And then you have a Velcro sleeve where you can put your passport. It's actually probably where I'll put mine. And then I can also put my name tag in case I lose my bag. Hopefully it gets back to me. But this is what I'm super excited about. So I needed to cart around my pedal board, right? Well, you flip this thing up and you open this up. You can see there's another pocket here. Oh, we have my pedal board. So I just pieced this together. This is going to be my fly rig, and I might put the MIDI controller here. Might not need it, but as for now, that should be pretty much all I need. All I need to do is cable this up. I already know it sounds great. I will need to tape down my settings on these pedals so that they don't move around when I take this in and out. I mean, I kind of know where they go anyways, but yeah, that's pretty much it. I got this Morley, the signature George Lynch Mini Dragon 2 wah, and you can see it's pretty dang sexy there. It's super small in comparison to other Morley wahs, which let me grab you one. I have these all stashed in the other room. I've been making a demo about this pedal for the folks at Morley. They were very kind and they hooked me up with this. So shout out to Mr. Wensloff at Morley for getting this wah to me, and especially in such a quick time. I have never had the George Lynch wah that they make, which they have a bigger one. It's orange, and they have a Mini Dragon, then they have a Mini Dragon 2. Well, no, they have a Dragon, and then they have a Dragon 2, and this is the Mini Dragon 2. Sorry. And in terms of size, you can see there, pretty huge size difference. And comparing it to the Mission pedal, a lot of you folks might already use one of those. That's how big it is, or how small, I should say. Did just pick up one of these guys too. This is a sale from my buddy Jared Grumblatt, Tone Wars. He had a bunch of these Mission pedals. He accidentally bought the wrong ones. I took them apart and rewired it to do what I wanted it to do. So now it's native with all Helix products. It was just a few wires, and I'm not going to tell you how to do any of that stuff, but it's a DIY at your own risk. So now it functions like this one does. the Line 6. This one is the EP1 L6 by Mission. It used to be a spring load like this, but I converted it to have the an expression, like a volume expression. Now, that's not something that everybody can do, so don't ask me how. Let's just say I'm in good hands, and I got a hookup. So shout out to the guys at Mission for helping me do what I needed to do here and make this what I needed in such a short amount of time, because I was using another pedal that broke, and I was playing a series of gigs over the weekend. This was about a month or two ago, and I needed an expression pedal. Motor City Guitar had nothing that would work natively with any Helix products, so I was kind of out. What I ended up doing was going to Jared's, buying this from him, the Tone Wars guy, and then I removed the spring pack that you see here, and I actually used zip ties around this post here to add some tension so that it would stay where I wanted it to stay, because if I wanted to run half volume, I couldn't do that after you I should say, after you remove the spring pack here, there's no resistance on the pedal whatsoever. It just flops. And if you pull it back, it flops back down after you let your foot off it. So I was able to convert this over, and it's been fully functional for me. It wasn't a design flaw or anything that Mission did. It's just I wanted to convert it from spring load to a volume style expression. So that's what I did. I was able to do that. This one I'll probably leave as a spring load so that I can use it with my Line 6 products. But I really like Morley wahs. I've used them for a very long time. I have never had the Dragon. So, I mean, this one just fits me, man. I mean, totally fits me. I mean, I have a tiger stripe tattoo, tiger sheet here that's in all my videos. I have tiger everything everywhere, and it's my favorite animal. So I needed this wah in my life. The cool features about it before we get into the demo review that I'm posting here in the next week or so. It has two voicings for the wah. It has a loudness, which is your level, and it has this really neat feature which you might hear. I mean, you'll hear it on a lot of older records. People that use wahs, they leave their wah half cocked, and it adds a unique cue, like a mid-range to the tone. So if you were to turn on your wah pedal and just leave it halfway and play like that, if you press this button, so if you press this button to turn on the feature and then use this knob, picture this knob as your pedal sweep here. So all the way up, it's going to sound like you're leaving your foot here. All the way down, it's going to have that really low, beefy, bassy vocal, like a Zakk Wylde kind of thing. If you leave it about halfway up, it's going to sound like you have the pedal about halfway. So between disengaged and fully engaged. So it's a really neat feature. I'm not sure how much I'll use that. I've never been one to just leave my wah on and walk away, because I use spring load wahs like this. But I know I definitely love both of the vocal features here, because one's very classic and one is way, way extreme and modern. And it's a bigger difference between these settings and something like the Morley Bad Horsey 2, where this button controls what is called a contour. So on the Bad Horsey 2, it has this button here, but it's not called wow, it's called contour. And it has a level here as well as a contour knob. So leaving the button off, essentially, it sounds like a classic wah. When you engage it, it's more of a Steve Vai. It's a Steve Vai signature wah. So sounds more saturated, and it overdrives your signal a little bit. It adds a little bit of hair, and it sustains and screams, and it's awesome. So I usually leave that on, and then you can fine tune it with the two knobs that are on the Bad Horsey 2. So I'm really excited about this thing. It's small, glows in the dark, so if I'm on a dark stage, I'll be able to see the outline, know where to go. And then the front also glows in the dark, and there's no way you'll be able to see that. Signal chain that I'm going to be using here, so it's going to be wireless, which this stuff is going under the pedal board, just FYI. G70, or I have two G50s. I might sell one, I might keep one, but I've been using the G50s for a long time. they prove to be super reliable, and they kind of fit underneath the board really well. So that's how I ran it on my last pedal board. I just did that or something like this. And then I notched out the metal here so that I could run my cables through wherever they needed to be, or just so they weren't obstructed. In this case, I'll probably have to do that again. Same thing with the G70. But I have a bunch of tools and know how to use them. So that's cool. We can make it happen. I also need to fit the drop pedal and the freak out. Signal path looks like this: wireless into the freak out, then into the drop, and into my tuner pedal, which I don't think I'm going to use, but I do have a little baby guy hiding somewhere around here. I don't know where it is. I lost it. Well, I just saw it somewhere. But it's lost now. That's fine. Let's see if we have any mean comments. Live chat? Do we have any comments? Does it show me comments? I don't think we have any comments, guys. We'll take a little bit of an intermission, little chicken, while I'm trying to pull this up on my other device. But if there aren't any comments, leave me some comments, even if they're mean. Some comments, even if they're mean. Okay, so that's working. But there's no comments. So I'm going to assume that we have some Line 6 guys in here from the forum. I'm going to assume I have a few friends in here. And either way, you're all friends to me. I'm just trying to help out, show you guys what's what, how to travel light and small. I mean, this is like as small as my forearm here. So this thing's tiny. It's the Pedal Train Classic Junior, and I just got it today. I bought it used off guitarcenter.com, and it was like $50 with the bag I showed you. So originally this pedal board would be like 120 US, and I was able to get a sweet deal on Guitar Center used, and it cost, I mean, literally, I could work half a day and then buy this pedal board. So it was totally worth it. Would totally recommend. And this is even overkill. You could use something like this. This is something that Pedal Train sent to me years ago. It's kind of beat, stuff shaking around inside, but this is called the Pedal Train Metro 16. And the reason I haven't really used this board a lot is because I typically use pedals that are bigger than this. The Morley here will fit on it, so I'm going to be more inclined to use this board at some point. But you might have noticed the power supply that I went with. I went with the Strymon Zuma, the big boy, and I just mounted this. I actually drilled out 2 spots that I can use this thing in, so I can put it over here, put it over here. I probably won't run it in the middle because I want to be able to slip some pedals in here, which the Digitech stuff is super easy to do. You can kind of cram pedals in there like that. I don't know if that's I mean, the screws are kind of screwing me up. There we go. You can do that. There we go. And then just use some dual lock right there, and those pedals won't move. They're also not going to hit the floor when you flip this upside down, and these should stay. So I can space these out quite a bit if I want. So that's an option. Kind of uses mechanical retention, keeps my cable run short. So it's going to be power into freak out into drop from my wireless, of course, which is going to be on down here or on the top somewhere. I don't know yet. Wireless might need to live on top. And then it's going to go to left mono input on the HX Stomp. So this is already getting the signal right. And then here, we're going to have the Precision Drive and the Sir Riot Reloaded, which is my main overdrive tone. And it's going to be going right into here, which is the effects loop. And then I did make a snake it's funny because I'm making it sound like it's complete, which it's not complete. I need to add some labels. I made this snake. It's all tech flexed up and stuff like that. And then you can see I have my labels here, which turned out okay. I mean, you can certainly read them, but they're not perfect. Some clear 3-to-1 heat shrink, which is also strain relief for the cables. I used Mogami W2524 wire, which is awesome. And then I used Amphenol connectors. They also make connectors that are straight. Which I cannot seem to find right now in my mess of dirtiness because I've been working on this stuff. But yeah, so there's the snake. It's 30 feet in case I need that much length. And really all I should need to do, and this is how I've been running it and testing it, is one single cable to the return from here to the return of the tube amp that I'm going to be using on stage, which I requested 2 variants of Marshall, an 800 and 900, and they'll, by default, they give me a what is it, the JCM 2000, which is okay. I would prefer to have a JVM, the 410H, but they didn't have one. They said to check back again like next week to see if they'll have one by that time. So I'm really gunning for a JVM 410, or they definitely have Mesa stuff. So I can use Mesa dual rec or a triple rec, and that's what I used last year. It's the Mesa stuff. I ran it in stereo. It was beautiful. I can do that here, and I really wanted to eliminate as many cables and power supplies and requirements to save setup time, to save any sort of technicality. If something goes down, I'm in a foreign country. There's no Guitar Center around, and good luck getting to a music store. Good luck getting anything there. I'm kind of on my own. So in that case, if something goes down, my other guitar player has a delay pedal with them. So I'll just use delay. I'll be able to use my cables and my power supply. For whatever reason, if this guy dies, I'll have a backup plan. It won't be as glorious or glamorous, but I'll have a wah, I'll have some distortion here, and I'll have a delay. And my wireless. That's all I'll need. This is the thing I wanted to eliminate. I mean, I think this is a great design because it's very low profile. If you plug it into the back of a power conditioner, it hangs down on the ones I use. Depends on what power conditioner you have. Some are horizontal in terms of how you plug things in, or some are sideways. So on my Furmans, they're sideways. I can plug this in and it's out of the way. It's a really cool cable. I believe this is a 2.5 connector to keep you from trying to just power this off of anything. Same thing as HXFX. Line 6 did that to deter people from making stupid choices with the way they power things. There was math involved. There was a lot of testing with my multimeter. But I was able to design a cable that does what I want in life. Now, where I put that cable is beyond me, because I just had it in my hand, but it's gone now. I made a Y cable. Here it is. So it doubles 2 500 milliamp outputs on the Strymon Zuma. I may or may not shorten this too. So let's just plug those in like that. Actually, no, let's not do that. That would have been stupid. Make sure you grab the Y part and plug that in here. Okay, so we have 2 going into 1. This is the other end. And for cleanliness sake, I'll kind of coil this up quick so it's not all in the way. And then Totally not permanent, by the way. Just don't want this all over the place. Then, see our input there, power input, IEC, which is going to be nice. Then here's our little cable, which you just plug in. And then IEC, which is already plugged in, goes right about, you know. You see the HX Stomp is powering up. And I've tested each of these outputs. It's maintaining super close to 500 with everything turned on. A lot of these pedals, digital pedals, don't even require 500 milliamps. Like this is like 350. This is 300. This is like, what does it say? Just 9 volt. So it probably takes between, keeping it conservative, between 300 and 400, the precision drive. And I doubt it's even 400. I bet it's 300. Now the Digitech Drop and the Freakout require a little bit more power. This one is 300 milliamps. It tells you, but I think it's more because these things will die. You can read online people killing these by powering them off of a Voodoo Lab or a One Spot. It happens. So I always run mine with the power supply that came in the box. However, with the Strymon Zuma, it has been testing fine with a 500 milliamp 9 volt output. Freakout requires 300 milliamps. This one doesn't really act crazy or die, but what I have noticed is it'll flicker upon boot up, so something to keep in mind. If you choose to use a G50, this does require a voltage doubler. This one requires 9 volt DC, 300 milliamps, but there's a lot of write-ups on Voodoo Labs website on their forums that kind of tell you, yeah, this thing wants to see closer to 500 milliamps, if not a bit more. Because it won't power on, or it will stay on for a little bit and then turn off. The G70, why I started using these, this is my second one. This one's actually broken. I have one that's at my rehearsal space down in Detroit that works fine. I got this hoping that it would work, but it was broken. So that's that. That's history. 9 volt DC, and this thing operates on One Spots and Voodoo Lab stuff like the Pedal Power 2 Plus, the 4x4, the Strymon, all day. It stays on all day, doesn't die or anything. The only thing with this pedal is it just won't connect to my wireless packs. And I tried updating. There's a USB here, and you run this through the Line 6 updater as well as your wireless packs. I did that. No dice. So you can see this thing's fully operational here. Everything's working right now. I just got to find a place to mount these up at. I don't really need access to this pedal as much as I do this one for like 2 songs. So idea here is maybe mount it sideways under here or something, where it's not totally in the way, but I can still bend down and just press it when I need it. I don't know. The Morning Star's coming, which is a mini MIDI controller. And it's about this big. It's not too big at all. It's pretty small. And I didn't want to use a MIDI cable that stuck out super far because the MIDI out and input is on this side as well as the headphone output. So I got this. It's one control, 5-pin MIDI, and this is kind of a cheap cable. It's nothing crazy, but just plug this in, and it's the perfect length to get up where I need it to be. So I'm super stoked on that. Other cool thing about this is it's clockable. And if you're not sure what clockable means, I will show you. Take my fancy screwdriver here. Some XLRs are also clockable. So if you're using right angle connectors like this, because the wire is not coming straight out of the back, it's called a right angle connector. XLRs, guitar cables, and some MIDI cables are clockable. And what that means is you can usually pop the back off of them like this, and I can flip this cable around the other way. And I can pop the back on. It's not the greatest MIDI cable in the world, but it will definitely work for this application. My Morningstar MC6 that I've been talking about, Chad Boston, the guy that runs the Line 6 forum for Helix on Facebook there, he has a Morningstar MC6 MIDI pedal, and it inspired me because it's so small, and I should be able to expand this thing a little bit if I find I need to. But I bought one. It just got stateside. They ship from Singapore, so it just got stateside today. So you see now, this is the side I did. So see how it goes down. Before, just using the pins here to guide me, it would stick up. I don't want the cable sticking up like that. So you just pull these two screws out, take this plate off, and you can bend the cable the other way and put this plate back on. And keep everything slick and tidy, just like that. So that's pretty much all I wanted to show you was this bag here. And what I've been doing here, I have a lot of extra real estate. Again, if you want to build the ultimate fly rig that is within Southwest Airline regulation, I can take a guitar on, and then I can also take this backpack, as long as it fits under your front seat, which the Groove Gear club bag that I showed you at the beginning of the video had a lot of room underneath the seats. And if we take the same kind of plane, which I'm sure we will, then it should not be an issue whatsoever. So you see, it's a pretty tight fit. It gets snagged a little bit, but when I'm not trying to do this sideways, it works fine. Try to get a better shot for you there. Yeah. So then you just close these up, get these out of the way, and you're on your way. The only gripe I have about this bag is this Velcro is a little bit superficial, and I want to know where they stored the rain jacket for this thing. There should be a cover that goes over this bag. I've seen pictures of it, and they don't sell it on the Groovy website. So I need to find out about that because I'd like it. But if you want this bag and this combination, it's the Stadium bag. And this is the slim version. It's the new style slim version. Does it have any specs? It does not have specs, but it's big enough for the Pedal Train Classic Junior. And I recommend the Classic Junior over the standard Pedal Train Junior because the standard Junior, and this is kind of a hot mess, has these stupid holes in the front. So you can only mount stuff one way. Also, one thing to note that's very important for building something like this and using the same power supply that I am. Those are the wrong ones. Come to me. Okay, so one super important thing to note is the height here. Oh, you totally can't tell. So you see that? The Classic Junior And actually the whole classic line, which is the new style pedal train that are the same sizes as the old ones. There's only a few differences in rail spacing, and then the back of this is completely open, so I have all of this at my disposal. I can put patch panels on here that Bestronix sells. Um, you can use it for airflow. This, when it was designed to work with their pedal train, power supply, and then the Pedal Power 2 Plus, which I have no idea where I put that because yeah, that's gone forever. I have no idea. Have four of the things and I can't find one right now. I need it, but you cannot mount the Zuma power supply under this with the Strymon kit, the Strymon mounting kit. It's too shallow, so you can't do it. You need the Classic Series or this nice power. The mounting brackets won't work because there's not enough clearance underneath. So keep that in mind. If you want to get a Zuma and run it under a pedal train, you need a Classic pedal train. So get one that says Classic on the front. Some come in the hard cases, some come in the soft cases. That the one I showed you, which is, of course, right here. It's a nice bag. It's perfect size. But I wanted to carry something on my back, and not. I wanted to keep my hands free as much as possible. And carrying two guitars, somebody had to carry my Helix floor last time, so that was a burden for them, a burden for me, because I had to watch them at all times. Like, what if they set it down in the airport and forgot it somewhere? I mean, just different stuff like that you got to think about. And, carrying two guitars, Southwest, you can only carry one on, and then you get your personal item. So you forfeit your luggage because you're carrying a guitar on. So that the luggage gets checked on the plane. So the personal item is my backpack. Now I get to have this on there. So one or two band members are going to be able to carry more stuff on the plane. So that might mean that somebody can carry my luggage on the plane, so we don't have to wait at the conveyor belt after we get out the plane. We could just keep moving. So that'll be really nice if we want to do that little bit of extra work. But we're cutting down the work where it counts. And it gives me peace of mind to be able to travel by myself and manage my own equipment. And it won't be on anybody else's shoulders. So that's cool. Products here again. Classic Junior. These pedals here, what you're going to want is the Groove Gear Stadium Bag, which Sweetwater sells, or you can buy it online, I'm sure, a lot of places. I know I saw a few on Reverb and eBay as well. And this fits into the Stadium Bag. And just I showed you a way you can power this. I'm not going to actually show you how to make the cable, because if this breaks mine, it's on me. It's not on anybody else. But I've tested this. I've left this on overnight. Zero issues whatsoever. And having a better power supply than I've been using is going to be even better. Like, this is delivering 500, whereas the Pedal Power 2 Plus was like way less than that. So doubling this, more current. If you go onto thegearpage.net, the HX Stomp section, there's a ton of pages there now, but if you go towards the end, at the time of this live video, there's like a recipe for what you need. And it's a current doubler, and then it's a 2.1 to 2.5 millimeter jack here. And this one I just took from an M13 power supply that I got for free. I don't have an M13, so that's why I did, and it works perfect. So if you have a little bit of know-how and you want to make your own, you can totally do it. I made this one actually out of a one-spot daisy chain, and it's working great. You can just buy the components and piece things together, but you won't have a right angle power cable here. It'll stick out of the back really far. So keep that in mind too. And this is the MIDI cable. One control. And this is what is this called? Oh yeah, one control MIDI hammer cable. And this one's the 50 centimeter version. They have, I believe, 30 which is like 9 inches, and then this one's like, I don't know, what is this, like a foot more? It's like a foot and maybe 14, 15 inches. And then they have like a 20-inch version. So this one from here to here, the way I laid this pedal board out should work perfect. I'm gonna cut this off. I don't think we have any comments going on anyways. Oh, here's that little boy, little guy. Go. He can live. Go to your home. You can live right there. So I can just. Pretty sure there aren't any comments. I don't even know where this other phone is. Oh, wow, we do have comments. Miranda, he was so excited to get home today. Steve, Crispus and guitar gear. Heck yeah. Steve says, my wife sends me pics of my gear if I'm on away trips. I know the feeling. Dude, it's hard because I go to work all day and usually this stuff gets delivered. I get packages like every other day because I'm always ordering and selling stuff. And yeah, it's like it's like staying up all night waiting for Christmas morning. And then your parents make you wait until like 7 or 8 in the morning to open your gift or gifts. And they make you eat breakfast first, and then you get to open your gifts. Or like, oh, your sister's coming over. Now you can open up your gifts. So it's I know the feeling, man. Sitting there at work and then sometimes working overtime or whatever, and then it's a 30-minute drive home, and it's like, kill me, please. And yeah. I certainly know the feeling. Will this work? Yeah, that'll work. I just need to move this. Yeah, I put the talk box there. All sorts of fun's going to go down after this thing. What else we got? We got Sonya says, very nice setup. Thank you, Sonya. And I appreciate that a lot. So take a screenshot or whatever if it's inspiring to you. I already have a screenshot that I can send you guys. It's a layout of what I'm doing here and what I'm going to mount underneath. So far, it's scale-wise, in comparison to the website that I used, it's pretty spot on. So there's that. It's called pedalplayground.com. There's pedalplayground.com. There's pedalboardplanner.com, which is the pedal train website that it lets you design a board. It's drag and drop. You can pick your pedals and power supplies and stuff, which pedal train model you want to design on. And it's like using Legos. You just drag and drop stuff wherever you want it. The only limitation there is they don't have stuff like the Stomp on there yet. And some of their pictures for the pedals that you can drag and drop are like really blurry and crappy. So pedalplayground.com, and they already have the Stomp on there. So that's kind of how I went with it. If you're a Temple pedalboard guy, they have a Temple pedalboard planner or something like that. You can go to their website, templeaudio.com, and then find their pedalboard planner there, which you can use their Temple Audio layouts. So you can pick your Temple pedalboard size, and then they have all this stuff on there. I don't know if they have this or this on there. But yeah, that's what you can do. Darren says, it's a terrible feeling. Sonya, might be nice if you could list the board and model under the video afterwards. I would be interested in that board and power supply for flying with. Actually, yeah, I absolutely will. So stay tuned or check back at some point. Subscribe if you want. I don't know if you're subscribed, but all options for you. I don't know how long this is going to stay up on the Line 6 forum, but even send me a friend request on Facebook, wherever you saw this. And then you can ask me questions directly. I can give you links to even help you shop around or whatever. That's what I'm here for. So yeah, I can definitely do that. Just give me like an hour or two. I want to eat some food after this and stuff. I just got home and started unboxing stuff. So, thanks, Sonya. Nice carry-on case too. Yeah, it's kind of big. I need to show you guys this. You guys want to see this. Okay, get some of these pedals out of the way. I'm gonna close this up. Zip. Okay, I need to go get something, but you're gonna love me for it. Oh yeah, it's a big difference. So in terms of size here, I have a Helix floor bag. Line 6 sent that to me a while ago, and it's been awesome for the Helix floor. But what if you want to not have that big of a backpack and still run a pedal board? I mean, look at the size difference there. You see that? I mean, that's another like 4 inches. It's a little bit lower profile, but it's actually, after you puff it up, probably about an inch deeper this way. Maybe not. After you fill it up, maybe. This is a great bag. Super great bag, but it is longer. So when you're going through the airport, if they stop you and say, hey, put your bag in the tray, this one's probably gonna, I can probably jam this thing in there. This one is definitely not going to fit. And then they will consider this my large carry-on item. Whereas this, they probably won't even ask me to put that in the bin. If they do, they might just say, just go on. And I doubt anybody will stop me at the gate. One thing to consider, and that's why I'm not just using the Helix bag. So if you can't see that, hopefully you kind of can now. But yeah, so look at the size difference there. And it's even at the bottom too. I know you can't really see that. Your perspective is skewed, but pretty large difference there, guys. Hopefully that helps. So Groove Gear Stadium, Line 6 Helix backpack. A lot of cargo options here. This doesn't have as many cargo options as the club bag does. The club has like the locker in the front I showed you at the beginning of the video. This one also has these dividers, which I might as well just show you now because I don't have the pedal board in there anymore. But see the Velcro there? Let's kind of take this. So there's one little shelf in there, and there's one further up. So you can also see, now you have a shelf, which it's not really, I didn't do a good job, but if you take your time, they stay there for a long time. I mean, you can't really mess with that. But did a terrible job. I'm not going to use these because I'm putting the pedal board in there. But yeah, thanks for taking the time to watch this live stream, guys. Just a quick blow and go one. And this bag collapses down pretty well too, so that's nice. Does this have... I'm kind of mad right now. What is this? What is this? Oh, that's a waist strap. There's more stuff in here. I just need to discover it. Yeah, there's waist straps that come out right here. Yes. Sorry, I'm just like, I'm fingering my bag right now. Don't mind me. And the tether. All right, we talked about this stuff enough. Thanks for watching, guys. Leave some really mean comments so I can share it on Facebook later, and I will do that. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. If you want to see more videos from me in the future, that's what you're going to want to do. Click the little notification bell if you want to see more little guys like this. This little cute guy. Check that out. And yeah. Sending positive vibes your way on this Thursday. We're almost there, guys. We almost made it to Friday. And all I have this weekend is a practice. I have to finish up my review here for the Morley. And you might see another video from me on Sunday. So look out for another video Sunday or Monday. Steve, I'm going to answer your question right quick. The sparkly eyes may be rare. I'm not sure. Something a little bit more rare is this pedal. People are trying to, they're like posting this up for like, some guy put like $7,000 on this pedal. One guy was trying to sell it for like $400, and I don't know if that one sold or not because it's not online anymore. But don't overpay for this pedal, guys. don't do it. If you see one secondhand, and I'd love to buy another one, trust me, but wait until you find it on guitarcenter.com used or Reverb or eBay. Just check those three places and don't spend more than 250 bucks on this pedal. If somebody wants to, if it's mint condition, and I think this pedal is worth 250 bucks max. It's an amp in a box. Yeah. Steve says, yes, mine is still in the mail. Sonya says, I wanted one way too late to get my order in. And yeah, Sonya too, I just got an email from Steel Panther and it specifically said, there's been a lot of requests for another opportunity to order this pedal, but they don't roll that way. So they're very against kind of the, start stop promotional sales on this thing. It was a one-time deal. Sonya, you know what? There's probably a way to build this pedal. There's probably a schematic out there. This is probably just a clone of something. And if you haven't heard it, which I think you did, I think you commented on the other one. And yeah, so this one, good chance it's just a clone of something. I don't know. But anyways, I'm cutting it off for real this time. And I will catch you guys in the next episode. And yeah, you guys stay pretty. Cheers.